Hello. Well, as my title says, I'm going to talk about different things that happen when you're a black woman studying abroad. So, I will start off by saying I am studying abroad in Beijing, China. I am Ghanaian American. So, it has been an experience, good and bad. Like, this isn't just going to be where I say, oh my gosh, I'm so depressed because everyone hates me in China. Like, I'm not going to say that there have been good times and good experiences with good people. But today is not exactly that's not what I'm going to talk about. Today I'm going to talk about a comment I got from someone that made me so mad that I decided to make a video about it and put it on YouTube so that people who look like me and decide to study abroad in Asia, specifically China, are just forewarned. So, I'm going to talk about a few things, a comment, and just common occurrences I deal with every day being here. So, I'll start with the common occurrences because that's just the quickest way to get through this. So, every time I get up and leave my dorm room and go outside, I am stared at. I am stared at by the security guard who works in my dorm. I am stared at by every student who sees me when I'm walking, and they will not just take a glance. Sometimes they do a double take when they realize I'm black, and they just stand there. I'm not talking about for 5 seconds. I'm talking about for like 45 full seconds to 2 minutes. People will stand there and just watch me. And I knew that was going to happen because obviously when someone looks different, you kind of just, oh, look at that. But I didn't know people just stopped and stared for like minutes at a time. Like, that's really weird, and I actually hate it, and it's slightly enraging. When it's a child, I think it's very cute because I know how curious they are, and it's very possible I'm the first black person they're ever seeing, which I think is pretty awesome. So kids and like really, really old people, they get a free pass, but like I'm studying at an international university. Like, you're studying about like globalization and all this stuff. Like, I'm sure you've seen movies, like people my age I'm going to school with. Like, I know you've seen people who look like me before, and I still understand you're curious, but if someone's gonna stop and stare at me for more than 30 seconds, you better come talk to me because that you look like a creep. But no one comes and talks to me because they're like scared or something, and it's just weird, and I hate it. And then I hate the stares accompanied by like rude sounds or like disgusted looks, because I've gotten those too while I've been here, and it's really like discouraging because I was pretty, excited to come here because this is my first time studying abroad, and I chose to study abroad in Asia because I wanted an experience that was so different from my culture, like my American background as well as my Ghanaian background. Like, I wanted something that was like, I guess, the opposite of both of those. So I chose Asia because that was my best bet to get that kind of experience. And that is what I'm getting. It's just like the negative stuff is just mentally really draining. So like when people look at me and they give me disgusted looks, like they smell something bad, that's the only way I know how to describe it. Like, I'm like, well, F you. That's what I'm thinking. Like, you suck. I didn't do anything to you. All I did was be black. You have no reason to look at me disgusted. Like, that kind of stuff makes me really mad. And it just, like, it would make anybody mad to just, like, people look at you in disgust for no reason when you know you didn't do anything to these people. And then when I came to China, my hair did not look like this. I got my hair twisted here at a shop run by people from the Ivory Coast. I don't really know what they're doing here, but I'm glad they're here so that they can do my hair, because I feel like I was trying to blend in as much as I possibly could when I first arrived, because I had like a full sew-in in my head and I had bangs and everything. I just like bangs. I didn't get them because I was going to China. I just really like bangs, and I had them when I was younger with my real hair. So I was like, oh, this might be fun to try again, and it looked nice or whatever, but like It felt like, at least subconsciously, I was definitely trying to fit in or blend in so my time wouldn't be as hard. And then like a week ago, or like a little more or less, this guy was talking to me like a native, and he's a student at my school, and he was like basically telling me how he prefers the way white women look and how they're like more cultured and more intelligent than my people, and then basically turned around and said, I don't like the way you look, so he was calling me ugly because I was black. And then he asked me if that was racist, and after like I got through the like don't give him a reason to like be more afraid of black people, because I was ready to take him down. But I was just like, it's ignorant and you shouldn't go around saying stuff like that. And I understand that you're conditioned to feel that way, but I'm giving you an opportunity to recognize that that way of thinking is not right, and you need to find a different way to like experience people. Like, don't just look at them and pass your judgment, because that is not okay in any way, shape, or form for anyone. Like, it's not just because I happen to be black, so that's what I'm talking about. I can only talk about my perspective as a black woman, but for other people, when you just see them and judge them, that makes no sense, and you need to stop doing that because that's really ignorant. Get to know them, and then when they turn out to, oh, they are actually a douchebag like I thought, then, think whatever you want, it's fine. You proved your point. I definitely have seen people, I'm like, yeah, that person's the worst. And then I'm like, oh, you're being like really mean. And then I go talk to that person, I'm like, oh, yeah, you're the worst. So I'm not saying it's your hunch isn't true. I'm just saying take a second to make sure. Take a second to confirm. So that comment is how this channel has been started, and I promise it won't all be negative and weird and serious like it is today. I will talk about awesome things, the trips I've already taken around China, all the food I've eaten, which is really good. I love it. And all good stuff. A lot of good stuff is coming, but I do want to talk about the bad stuff about when you're a black woman studying abroad, because you should be warned. I don't want other people going into this blind like I did. Like, I probably should have done my research better, and I'm making this video so that other people have something to like look at, I guess. So yeah, I think that's all I got. Before I sign out, I guess I'll give you a name. My channel is called Piece of Cake, Piece of Pie, from the movie Enough, starring Jennifer Lopez, which I love so much. So you may refer to me as Apple, because my sister calls me Apple Pie, and it makes sense for the channel. Alright, well, I hope I wasn't too depressing and scared a bunch of people off from watching the videos I make. And if I didn't, yay, please subscribe and come back and see me talk about something not depressing. Alright, well, thanks for watching, and, well, from China, good evening.